Right when you think the Acolyte couldn't get any worse, the latest episode somehow makes episode 3 look half decent. Remember when we spent an entire episode 16 years into the past, where we had the pleasure of watching the origin story of the 2 greatest Star Wars characters on screen? You do? Great! We've got even more to see with a whole different perspective. Yes! I mean this literally. We see 3 of the worst scenes of the young twins again, but this time in the distance. God bless those poor twin actresses that look nothing alike even though they are identical twins. In this episode, we are given 3 big takeaways. 1. Torben is the biggest baby in the galaxy. 2. Yes, the Jedi are evil. And 3. I've never been more excited for a series to end in my life.
Well, that's a step in the right direction.
In episode 7, the Jedi are on the planet of Brendok, home of the space witches aim to find divergence in the Force. Here we experience a never-ending story of whiny Torben's desperate cries to go home to Coruscant. Sol decides to go exploring on his own, and stumbles upon the twins doing their ridiculous hand dance by the Avatar tree. He is thus driven to identify their significance by following them up into their coven. Through his lens, we see the ridiculous Force gestures from the girls and Onosea's hilarious lessons, redefining a Force that has been messed with by the Disney Empire since 2012. Later that night, when the Jedi gang decide to peacefully engage the witches, the weak and whiny Torben falls to a semi-seductive brain tease from Mother Onosea. In this vision, he pleads with her that he must go home, and he kneels before her with the hopes to go back to Coruscant. What the hell? At this point, I don't think this soy boy can be neutered any further, but we still got one more episode, so never say never. For whatever reason, the witches still allow the Jedi to test the kids, regardless of their prejudice towards them. After assessing the 2 of their Force ability, the Jedi receive intel that the Council does not accept their motion to bring the twins with them. And it's also unveiled that the Ascension ceremony, showcasing the is a crowning ceremony for the children to lead the coven. And yes, for some reason, this means that these 2 little girls would run this giant coven of witches. Don't ask me, I'm not Leslie Headland. Sol, acting out of his own emotions, decides to defy the council and breaches the coven yet again with an aim to save the twins from their dangerous caretakers. At this time, May, driven by her hate of her sister's choices, goes nuts and is encouraged by her other mother to prevent this from happening, thus leading to May's attempt to lock Osha in her room. Oh wait though, oh no, she didn't actually want to blow up the whole coven though. The book she caught on fire fried some electrical circuits in the wall, and boom, there goes their whole shelter. Ashamed of her actions, May runs away and encounters Sol, whiny Torben, and her mothers arguing. And for some odd reason, Yas Queen turns into witch dust and attempts to fade away, taking May with her. Sol, worried for the children's safety, hurriedly acts and somehow stabs her physical body, even though she was just turned into floating, weightless particles.
Yes.
Now the girls are mad and begin to bump shoulders with each other enough to possess the Wookiee Jedi Kelnaka, using him as a tool to kill the Jedi intruders. I hate to be shallow, but I actually did enjoy this mini battle between the 3 Jedi. It was pretty interesting to see Kelnaka, this big Wookiee, overpower both of the Jedi, although he is mostly just seems to be swinging his lightsaber around like a relentless brute. But it was entertaining to watch. We finally got to see that. So yes, Leslie Headland, I'll give credit when it's due. Unfortunately for this series though, its credit due is somehow lower than Leslie Headland's IQ. Of course, the 2 men Jedi teaming up cannot alone subdue the adversary. Once the powerful female Master Andara appears, she is able to breach the Wookiee's mind and insta-kill all the witches combined. How she did this, I have no clue, and I don't care. Let's move on. We lastly see another perspective of the fall and demise of young May at the collapse of the splitting bridge. Sol attempts to hold the bridge together for the girls to awkwardly stand on, instead of reaching out in the Force to carry the combined weight of 2 60-pound girls. He's literally holding this bridge with the Force. Why didn't he just hold the 2 girls with the Force? I mean, this bridge obviously weighs thousands of pounds, And no, he's choosing to hold that down instead of picking up the two girls that are probably 60 pounds each. And through this odd choice, he chooses Osha over May, and he drops her side of the bridge, which thus ends the episode. Halfway through this series, I seriously considered quitting. I just can't take what they are dishing us anymore. This stuff is pure garbage. It's terrible. And Torben has really brought me to a breaking point. They have given us so many weak, pathetic male characters that are purposefully made that way. Torben is as weak and pathetic as you can get. They gave him one little bit of spotlight when he was fighting off the witches, like deflecting their like arrows or whatever. That was cool. But otherwise, we've seen him kill himself with some poison because he felt guilty about something, which Jedi just don't kill themselves out of nowhere. We've seen him whine and complain about not being home, wanting to go home, compromising. We see him compromise the entire Jedi gang by doing exactly what they said not to do. And we also see him bow down before the witch mother, kneeling, begging for her to take him home. Wow, what the hell was that? Why would they do that? It's all on purpose. It's all made there to demasculate men. Absolutely. And yeah, Kathleen Kennedy must definitely be on board for giving this show a pass. So Torben, yes, nearly broke me, but some questions I had was, why is Sol so emotional? Why does he care so much about these two girls? It really doesn't make very much sense. And another part of it is, why is he so emotional? In the sense that Jedi aren't supposed to be this way. The whole time he's upset, he's not yelling or anything, but he's just shaking with anxiety, being so anxious and upset and twisted and unsure of what to do. It was really weird. Jedi aren't supposed to be like that. So really odd choice why they did that. And of course, I'm so tired of this series trying to flip the script, make the good the bad and the bad the good. They do that every time nowadays, and it just shows you Hollywood has no spirit. It has no morality. Disney has no morality anymore. They did a good job with the second Inside Out too. Hopefully that means that they're heading in the right direction, but it is soulless. It has no soul, and it wants to take your kids down into hell with them, because what they are representing is wrong and it's fake, and they're trying to flip the script. They're trying to make the evil the good and the good the evil. I will admit that these Jedi are doing some things that are not good. I don't think it was good that Sol stabbed the mother, and I don't think it was. I think that they made a lot of bad choices along the way. We all make mistakes, but this show is clearly trying to suggest that the whole Jedi Council and the whole Jedi system of believing and in following the Jedi Code is all evil. It's all inherently evil. They've been suggesting that from the beginning of the series, and it will all be flipped on its script by the next episode. I'm certain of it, and shame on them, because this show is sending kids in the wrong direction. It is confusing the ideas of what is moral and what is immoral. We see it clear as day. We saw Kymir in the last episode, which is the Sith dude without a shirt, who literally shows his dong to Osha and everything's okay, I guess. Well, we see him murder like a dozen Jedi 5 minutes before. Now, all of a sudden, we're supposed to warm up to him, and everything's okay. Everything's all right. Let's follow him. And he literally just showed us his dong. But yeah, it's all good. He's okay. You know, he's just different than everybody. No, that's not right. And it's so clear that she's also, Leslie Headland, is flipping the script, making the Jedi evil. And we know that the Jedi inherently believe in really moral things. They believe in compassion, they believe in humility, self-sacrifice, living for others, denying every selfish urge, every selfish pleasure. They're supposed to reject all of that. And this episode further explores more useless characters that nobody cares about, because I don't want to see any more of this timeline. I don't want to see 16 years earlier. Let's just get this show over with and move on with our lives. With everything I said, please let me know in the comments below what you think of the episode. What do you think Disney's doing wrong? How do you think this show could turn around? What do you think the big reveal is going to be? Let me know in the comments below. I'd appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss the next episode. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.